taken, or does it look like you've pretty much kept your weight where it is? You don't look.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Calvin's eating all right. His eating has been okay.
Yeah. And a rougher weekend than the week? You have a little tougher time during this weekend?
I guess so.
You should with that crit.
Yeah, I guess I did.
To give you the blood that you need,
Yeah.
and to take into account.
Dad, can you get this towel so it's like a pillow?
Any
here?
bleeding anywhere?
No.
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 What I was going to say was to give you the platelets that they have ordered for you, which I'm only pausing because I'm glad you're getting them, but you may not need them. And by that I mean 20,000 means that soon it will be less than that. Okay. But if you aren't bleeding, then you don't need them.
Yeah.
Depends upon how you think.
Yeah.
Okay. You need them when you look at it and you go 20,000.
Irene just
shoot.
looked at it and ordered it.
Right. Okay. So, and then it's ordered and everything. Let's not make a to-do out of it and take it. It gives you some buffer zone, but you didn't need it.
Yeah.
And the difference, it helps, but you didn't need it.
Yeah,
The
and
blood,
we want Irene to know, as other people to know, that we don't want me ever to do, I have a satirical piece that I would
Right.
do on doctors and patients. And I'm concerned like a patient who walks in going, I can't.
Right.
And so the doctor comes along and he puts a cast on his leg, and he taps him on the head, and he says, that's what we do, we cast him up, and the leg's
Yeah.
as good as new, and the guy
Yeah.
goes off to another one, and they
Goes
do
on.
his shoulder, his arm, and say, that's what we do here, that's
Yeah.
the way we approach it.
Could you rub my head, Dad? It's
But
kinda-
I understand what Irene did. I was surprised when
Well, she
was
checked with me,
automatic
and she
did that.
checked with
Dad,
me though.
could
No,
you
it
scratch
wasn't.
my head
She checked with me, and
No.
I gave her the okay also.
Side.
So
right
I did a
above my
little bit of
ear.
that myself just then.
Well, so,
Back to
but what you're
the-
saying basically is that's
Right
gonna go
above
down,
the
and then
back
he's
of
gonna
my
need,
ear.
he's gonna wanna need platelets again, probably. Anyway, right?
And so
Up.
this just gives it a
Up.
little more to be with for now. And I think back with the question of the urine over the
and
weekend,
over to the
you know, you
back.
can make a scenario so there, it's
Up.
absolutely the thing to do. But that's not my attitude.
Yeah.
I'd rather tell you, we're doing it not because we need to do it, but in that it's being
Yeah.
done, it will help.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't gonna help, I'd
Oh, now I got a
stop
new
it.
question. Why don't we give Calvin a blast of steroids?
That is not a bad idea. I don't know why you say that.
Oh, I say it out of the blue because
Can you
my mind
scratch my
doesn't
head
stop
On
working
the other side.
altogether. It
No,
lets
no, I know,
down,
but
Top.
I'm not, I mean, the reason
Right
for
about
doing
the
it.
top, but over towards the towel, Dad.
Here.
No, over,
Towards the top?
towards the towel more,
There
and
we go.
forward,
There we go.
Up here?
and over towards the top of my head.
There we go.
Right.
Is that it? Ta-da.
No, just towards a tad, right.
There?
Yes.
Now we got it.
The steroid idea is a good one. My only question, sort of like the platelets, okay, where
Yeah.
it had been ordered, I go, okay, right?
Yeah.
But, and then it hasn't, let me tell you what my feeling. If you are in pain, Calvin, that's not being controlled, okay,
Take
steroids
that.
can have an effect on it at that time. And it's one of those things where you save it in your pocket for that purpose at
Yeah.
that time. So, my only hesitancy is not that it's not a good idea, it's the when
And my
or
thought,
timing on it.
my thought was just in general strength with the steroid boost him.
The problem is that
General
the
body
effect of
strength.
it wears off, and that's why. So it's
So we
like
wanna
anything else,
hold-
is- right, because you want that, and it does.
So
The only
we
thing
can
it does
use
is
that
it knocks out the
potentially at
immune
some
system
point.
a little bit, and that's the other reason why you don't want it.
Right.
So, that is part of the armamentarium that's later, I would think. But I didn't know why, it sounds like you thought about it.
Just things, yeah, just kicking around. Just stuff kicking around.
So eating is,
Eating is
Fair.
not real great, but
Okay.
not bad relatively.
to get your blood, okay, platelets or no platelets, to get your blood, when your crit is this, you can't get it in the clinic.
Aha, we can't. Where are we gonna go? What are we gonna do?
26.
We go to Division 26 now.
And if everything goes smoothly and you can't stand being there overnight,
Uh-huh.
and you can talk the people into it, you have my okay to go out before the night.
Okay, but their general standard is they don't want to let us out before the 9th.
Because when your crit is that low, okay, your ability of your heart to function when you get new volume, which you have to in order to get blood,
Right.
is stressed enough that you can't just go, okay, we'll give it at 20 cc's an hour, we'll
Yeah,
get it
right,
done by
right,
4 and get out.
Right. Well, I can follow that.
So we
I
could.
Now, actually, I have one question for you. And I know this is like, not, the platelets are really a plus minus in Kelvin, now that I think about it. And I've ordered it, okay, but in that context. Because he's dropping very slowly. It's not like he's going boom and we're catching it today and it's going to be down tomorrow. It will be down. It's not going to be down tomorrow. It's going to be down Friday or more like that. And he's not bleeding. And in that context, I could see that I should maybe give the bank a call.
So you don't want him to have platelets today?
I don't think so. I mean, I think that I came in and I
Well,
just
there
talked
you
to
go,
them
there,
and
I
I
know.
told them that they could have it, you know what I'm saying? Because it might help. But then on the other hand, I think that when we talked in the lunchtime conference last, we talked about the fact that if you can help it, which I think I can. If I can't help it, we'll give it now. But if we can help it and we don't give platelets now, we can give them later. And if he's not bleeding at 20,000, that we should that Holcomb agreed that we should probably save it for bleeding. So, do you think that Irene will just lose it? I mean that. Okay. Then I'm going to call down to the bank because maybe someone else can use it.
So
There, now
I was
there's
going
the-
to ask you to write the platelet order, so therefore you can.
I won't write the platelet order,
think
but I
that's the
gave
right
it. Do you know what I mean?
political
And I
angle
consider
there.
that I gave it.
The right political angle seems to be that maybe someone else can use it. That's, how can they, geez,
So
if
I'm
Ronald
gonna-
Reagan said that you couldn't argue with it, you have to go
I think I'm
for
going
it.
to call down there. I don't think it changes our feeling on the desire to do this.
I don't care, now that I know what's involved with getting
With the
this,
blood.
with the
Right, but I
blood,
explained it.
I don't care whether
Right.
it doesn't.
Yeah, but let me see if we
We're
can
roped into
save
this
those
thing,
platelets.
so whatever, sure, save
So
those for
your
somebody.
feeling is that you'd rather wait a few.
Because he's not bleeding, and
Mhm.
he's 20,000, and the last time he was 60,000, that was 2 weeks ago. The chances are, with
That
the
he's
fact that the
going to
reason his
need-
platelets are going down is not that we gave him chemo, but because his marrow is not able to make platelets, that rate, in the platelets turn over every 7 hours.
Mhm.
He must be making some in order to have it at 20,000, and the chance that that number is going to change over the next day or two doesn't warrant giving the platelets. And not know now, if we don't give them, we'll know when they're 20,000 tomorrow,
Yeah.
that it's a good number, and not that that something needs to be looked at the following day.
So in other words, if there was any sort of significant change, then he would just get them over there too.
Right. So I mean, if they want, they can check. They have to check a crit
Yeah, they have to check,
afterwards. If it's low, he's in the hospital. You can get some
I
platelets
gotta
in.
take these hot bags off for a minute.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Yeah, the reason he said it was they were getting too hot.
So one,
So,
two.
okay,
I got one, two,
okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and call to Sue, I guess, and then out front, coming downstairs. Because I don't know the number, do
Yeah.
you?
No, you know, I don't off the top of my head. You can give it
Hey,
a
Sue, what
break,
is the number
Calvin,
for
and
the
then.
blood bank where the
put
platelets
this-
are?
We'll still have to put the IV.
You know what I'm gonna
in.
do?
Well, that's all right, it could be
Give it to
better than
somebody
going
else.
over there and
Yeah.
taking a crapshoot
I can
with
explain
whoever's
it,
around
but
over
we
there.
all had agreed before, and I had
That's
sort
what
of
you rather
phased
do.
out on
Oh,
it.
no,
that
no,
we
I'd
did
rather have
bleeding
somebody
at
here.
20,000.
Yeah, that's why I
It's
thought
not
that's
go
why.
over there,
Right, that's
Or
why.
it's sort of a crap, you might get somebody decent over there, but you might not, and
And
his,
we've made an agreement that we
Yeah,
you
don't
only
that's
have
why
so
I
many
like him to
tries at
just
him.
give
Even
them
though I
a
ordered
break
them.
and then
Yeah,
put the
so I'm
hot
gonna
back
call.
on.
Okay.
Okay.
Exactly.
Thank
Right,
you.
and I'm gonna call them myself. Right, bye. You know, you gotta do it the right way, even if it's, meaning not to give you those platelets. Did you go to Pittsburgh? These, tags?
Oh.
Fabulous, Pittsburgh.
Stop.
Did you?
Get your coat? You got a little cold outside, huh?
Yeah, we saw Florida.